end of the project here that we're trying to accomplish is going to be this candlestick. We want to make sure that we have the biggest piece that we can on this candlestick. We don't go any thinner than that. So right now I'm doing pretty good. I'm nice and thick. So we want to keep this as thick as we possibly can. The bowl gouge is narrower, but it's thicker. If you look at the steel here, that's fairly thin compared to this nice thick steel. So this is used for bowls where you're going to be turning a lot more heavy stuff. But it also does some other things. The third one that we're going to use is called the spindle gouge. And it's same thing, another gouge, but it's just even thinner than the bowl gouge. So what we're going to do is we need to learn how to do these parts that are sticking out. Those are called beads, and the in between, those are called coves. So we have straight cut, beads, and coves. And we do those with these other tools. I'm going to come over here and turn it sideways a little bit, make a little line, come over half, 3/4 of an inch or so, make another line. Now, just like before, anchor, bevel, lift to cut. I'm going to turn it though, and I'm going to scoop just scoop with the point about halfway between the two lines. And I'm going to go back and forth. So, as you can tell, things are a little bit different. Before I was cutting with the roughing gouge in this fashion. Now I've turned it, and I've still got my anchor. My bevel is turned, and I'm cutting downhill. So I still have a bevel riding on some wood, but it's going downhill. So now I can come and cut that off in between there. And as you get down to the bottom, you want to kind of scoop it out like scooping ice cream. Remember to only cut downhill. You don't want to cut uphill. You'll get something similar to some kickback. Okay, so there I've got a cove. I'm going to show you with my spindle gouge. I have a similar thing. And come over here a little bit. Do really the same thing. I'm cutting towards the two lines I made. I'm cutting another getting a cove here, which creates a bead in the middle. So now if I go to my spindle gouge, which is the same style tool but much thinner, it's a little bit better for detail. I can get inside here and I can cut downhill also on the same one, or I could maybe round off this bead a little bit. I can square off this one a little bit. But I can, as long as I cut downhill, I can do just about anything I want. Or flat. If I wanted to, I could switch over to another tool, my parting tool. And there's some parting tools that are bigger than others. We have some here in the shop. We've got some 1/16 inch or 1/16 of an inch wide, and we've got some that are 1/8 of an inch wide. So with those, I can come in and make a flat profile, which was once round, and you can see what it's doing differently. It's coming in and cutting. Or I could maybe make a flat spot on this side. So I've got two flat spots on both sides. I can make the bottom of this cove flat by shearing that off. I could flatten out. I'll use the bigger one. I could flatten out this. You can do some of those same things with some of the other tools. In fact, one of the tools that I like the best is called the scraper. The scraper's interesting because it has a round nose, but it's kind of flat, just with a slight angle to it. We learned earlier that you come in with the handle down and go anchor, bevel, cut. This is an exception to the rule. With a scraper, I want to come in fairly flat, anchor, and cut. And it's going to flatten this out and do a pretty good job of cutting this nice and smooth. I can also use the rounded head to make some, if you watch up here, you can see how it rounds it out. So I can get some profile going. I also have a smaller scraper. I have a few of these in the shop that can do the same thing. It's different profiles, and these are nice for rounding anything off like that. So I want to go back to the parting tool and show you what it can do. So maybe I don't like what I did with the scraper in here, and I want to flatten that out. I can flatten that out with my parting tool. I can even draw some lines in there if I wanted to, flip it over and go sideways with it. But what's nice about this is you can do what it's called and part it off. So anchor, bevel, cut. And I'm really removing a lot of wood. I'm making myself a little bit extra room so I have some play in there. But I'm going to just keep cutting that down. My parting tool will remove that entire piece. I'm going to go until this is about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a quarter. That's about 1/4 of an inch thick there.